better at persuasion.
Which is fair, yeah. Yeah, what would this Garrick wants to do?
Make what?
Oh no.
And he's died.
What?
We
You
hear
did
you
die
now.
there for a second.
So you want me to create basically masks of water breathing?
Anti-oxygen tank.
Okay, the question being is how many are you wanting him to make?
Wait, and high oxygen. What? I mean, that's not how that would.
That's bonkers.
Right, but
man.
the thing
Oh, how many
is
people
with-
can?
Okay, but if
Go
we're
ahead.
talking about scientifically speaking, that wouldn't work that way. Like if the container that had the water was left open, the contaminated air would diffuse into it. So either way,
That's
it would
not
still.
necessarily how that works, but
I think we could just deal with normal like gas masks and stuff, or having just oxygen tanks. Okay, so something that smell. Is this gas poisonous at all?
Yeah, you guys wouldn't know. Doesn't mean it isn't. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, we should probably ask for more details on this gas then.
So, from what they understand, the aroma itself isn't poisoning. They don't feel weak at all. They just feel more relaxed. Sort of wanting, like, to some of them, they felt like they were wanting to just go in there and kind of lie down and essentially never come out. Yeah. Because of how relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, but how long does water breathing last? Okay. Alright, and this aroma is stuck in the temple, right? Yeah, banner. Does anyone got any strong wind spells? Just
Wind.
okay.
Yeah, I don't got that either.
you ain't a twin casting sorcerer, are you, Garrick? Fair enough.
Well, it seems
Yeah.
like it would be a wisdom saving throw. Because it affects the mind.
Hang on a second.
Oh my god.
It's a good idea, but technically, yeah, if it's meant to be like not a poison gas, but just like a gas, any sort of chemical gas, then yeah, it technically would it actually would diffuse into the liquid. I was wrong.
But real masks actually work off of charcoal filters.
And
Which
you guys are right next to a mountain. I will say that. So there is a chance you guys could find some resources in there for that type of stuff.
Points the Corvette.
yeah, no,
Roll. The leader would tell you that there are quite a few people in there that can work leather if you guys need someone else to do it.
I do have proficiency with both carpentry and leatherworking.
So first, we'll need to roll a investigation check to see how much material you guys can find. Well, no, I'm talking about the coal. If you guys are gonna go and get the coal.
It's charcoal.
I'll be right back.
Okay, charcoal. My bad. Charcoal.
Yeah. Yeah, we can burn wood for charcoal.
Okay, so
yes.
you guys managed to get enough material gathered to make more than just 7 masks. Effectively, you guys do have the options of making up to 20 different masks.
Yep. All right. Okay, so for leatherworking, would that be what's the word of intelligence?
I'd say it's intelligence or strength.
Strength is debatable. Intelligence is, yeah.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah. Okay. I will use my intelligence. That is 15. Roll 4. That is a 3, so that is an 18.
Okay. You're able to make pretty sturdy masks from the resources you have. You guys have 20 masks available to you guys. No, it's not just yet. On the second before the last day comes through, as you guys were going to bed, I need to bring, let's see, Rasmira.
What did I do?
I'm going to need to bring you into secrets for a moment.
Ooh.
Alex, stay out here for a second.
What? Okay.
Secret.
Eh.
Ooh. Secrets that can't even be streamed. Interesting.
Yeah. The reason why
That's-
charcoal
that's
is so effective
suspense.
because charcoal wants to bond to pretty much anything.
Wait, so you're using charcoal for the gas masks?
Yeah, that's
Like charcoal dust, I presume, as well?
no, like solid
Hmm.
charcoal blocks.
I was about to say, because there's literally a disease called black lung disease, which is from coal and charcoal. People die from it.
Yeah, we wouldn't. I wouldn't dare try to use powdered charcoal.
If it's wisdom, if it's meant to be a wisdom save, it sounds like a charm effect, I might be alright. Yeah. Don't blame you.
Yeah, but if it is a charm, then we better get
We better
used to
keep
sticking to
close.
Snow's backside.
Yeah, stick to Razmira because I believe she's immune. Yeah. Yeah.
And plus, if we do catch diseases from the freaking charcoal, like black lung, we have less restoration and we have lay on hands.
Yeah.
From
But anyways, I will say one thing though, because like if we get into combat, we gotta deal with that.
Hey, Bacon. Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Get your ass in secrets.
Okay.
No. 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 I don't fucking know. It's just weird shit. Yes, group hug.
Here's another thing. If for any reason we do get into combat, I believe that the rule about, because you can probably hold your breath, do the same rules as drowning, which is you can hold your breath a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your con modifier. So
I'm pathetic.
I know, but even then, like, let's say we have to split up, like, and we get into combat, like, we have to split up in combat, we can technically follow those rules, I guess. Yes.
Hey. I can cast Bless on you fucks too. Okay, thank God I prepared it. Yeah, I'm looking at my spells and I'm like, oh wait. Oh shit, I did prepare it. Oh wow.
I can't cast spells.
Whatever, man.
No, because I chose the swish bucket.
Swish bucket is best bucket.
Yeah, the only thing is Deacon has a point because gas is still just a liquid in a gaseous state. So if it can diffuse into water. Were you assuming that what it was gonna be like the reverse of Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob, where it's a suit and a glass dome with water inside and you cast water breathing? I know that's just what I mean. It could.
Reverse Sandy Cheeks. That was a sentence said. summon spike. Oh no. I love her. You gave her the sass that I can never give her.
Mhm.
You wanna
Mhm.
fight me? Oh my god. You're not gonna tell my life.
Oh,
That
you're
clip,
fine.
that clip with the bread is literally feels like if K-Sona was put under so much pressure and she finally breaks. Oh, you need it and see.
Okay, there we go.
All right. You can go back to general now, Korvac.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is
Fair
that
enough.
is that it?
Yeah, that is it. That is it. All right.
So there's that. Oh,
That's just it. All right. Garrick, before you go to sleep that night, you feel a sudden sort of sense of dread, yet kind of mixed in with a bit of an insight, almost as if something's trying to tell you something. And this feeling is awaiting to be released inside of you. Is Garrick going to resist the feelings, or is he going to let it in? Because if he resists it, you will need to make a saving throw. That is if they decide to let it in all the way, or if they decide to resist it. So none of you guys know what each other has chosen. Yep. You can't tell. You don't know what this feeling is. It's hard to. No, this has nothing. This has nothing to. Like, this is nothing that they have described. No. The only thing you can feel is that it feels like it wants to tell you something. It's just that the moment isn't right. No, what it is that it's like a seed. When the time's right, it will show you what it wants to show you. But if you let it in, it won't go through and like it won't go through and do any like I guess harmful side effect. Like it just will just reside there in you. Like you'll be feeling that sense of dread at the same time of feeling of like there's something that's just waiting to happen. So it's up to you whether or not you want to resist it or let it in. No, your resist. What it is basically if you choose to resist it, you're gonna try blocking this out so that way it doesn't affect you. basically you're trying to push it away. If you let it in, well, that you're letting in both the the entire feeling itself into you. Okay. Then we are gonna go back to generals then.
Remember, if you do get banished,
Oh,
they would have to keep concentrating for a whole.
Yeah, but anyways.
So you guys fall asleep, and we're gonna cut over to Elrin.
Yugi.
Need pretty much all of you guys to go mute for a little while.
Yugi.
You guys need to take bathroom breaks. By all means, go ahead. This is this part
I shall
of
go
the
die.
session is done for you guys for right now.
Yeah.
It won't be.
Yeah.
It won't be too. It won't
It's
be
just
all
kind
that
of
long.
it's just kind of his downtime thing.
Yeah.
So Elrin's
Okay.
Elrin's pretty much just like at the start. Like this is I assume this is shortly after the battle, correct?
Yeah, hold on. I'm putting on.
Okay.
Yeah. After the battle, Elrin. There's quite a bit of destruction. Not a lot. There are some dead bodies here and there, but Goodell hadn't been hit too hard.
And we do have a pretty strong military force.
Yeah,
so.
you guys have a pretty strong military force. You guys survive pretty good. However, something you noticed at the end of the battle. The skeleton lich-looking people that you had seen before at the fort. The four of them that was at that battle before, as they were making their retreat, you noticed that they were talking amongst each other, and their view was directed towards you and the rest of the Goodell royal family. And they leave.
Elrin will be kind of scouring the nearby areas that they were attacked in, as sort of a way of just seeing if there's any more stragglers that did not escape.
Roll me an investigation check, please.
16.
Okay, 16. So you find one by the harbor, but this little bodak is slowly just withering away, and
Bodak shit.
Eventually, after a few minutes of just looking at it, it's just kind of has his head down at the ground.
He's also kind of got from his previous experience at Fort, what was it? Fort Gustav? Fort Darius?
Fort Nageti.
Fort Nageti.
Nageti. Yep.
Nageti, yeah. But he from his previous experience, he currently has his forearm kind of covering his eyes so he can see the body but he can't see the face.
No, the face isn't looking at you. It's just looking down on the ground.
All right.
As it's slowly burning away. Roll me a perception check.
27.
So, oddly enough, as this bodak is slowly burning away and it looks like it's about dead, you do see a small driplets of necrotic energy going down from its eyes. It appears as if it's crying, and then it just falls over and collapses, burning up into ashes.
He starts walking away. He says, "Good riddance." He starts making his way back. He's trying to provide aid to anyone who's injured. He's gonna try and just help them.
All right.
Oh God, Alex, shut up.
Roll a... I want to say roll a medicine check.
Not that great. 15.
You try your best, but you ultimately...
There-
ultimately, the clerics come around and tell you that they've got this.
He just without saying a word, he just nods, and he starts making his way back to the castle.
As you reach the top steps of the castle, as you reach, not the top steps, the courtyard of the castle, you see a stain overlooking the wall with Helena staring down at everything that's happened.
He just waits there. They're quiet. They're silent, right?
Yeah, they're silent. They're surveying everything.
He goes up next to them, and just standing there, just looking at some of the damage. He doesn't say anything either.
Eventually, Helena goes and releases a deep and saddening sigh, and she leaves to walk down towards the people that are down there to go and offer them her aid. And Estine speaks to you. Seems as though that we were a victim of another attack. 5
Damn.
years, no, 5 years in between. She kind of just covers her face with her hands and just leans over and shakes her head.
He puts his hand on he reaches across and puts his hand on her shoulder. Like, we did all we could. Damage is minimal, but there's still damage. We'll have to rebuild.
It's not. Oh, go ahead.
He goes, we know where the source is. I'll be heading there soon. I'm waiting to hear back from Garrick, and then I will be leaving for Valdaris.
We can't just keep getting attacked like this, Eldrin. No one in this world can keep getting attacked like this. We ensure there is minimum physical damage, but the emotional damage and mental damage to the people. You know how bad that looks upon all of us? It's hard enough trying to rally everybody behind one flag, especially after, well, at least with the generals behind the stunt that my mother pulled. But this? If the kingdom were to be kept attacked like this, and they even found out about what happened to my mother, you know how much damage that would actually cause?
You think I don't know that? He's not looking. He's still just looking outwards. Still not looking at her. You think I don't know that? We know what's going on. This had nothing. I know the people had nothing to do with this. Kirksvane was the same way. That's why I'm leaving. I don't want the people to keep getting hurt. I'm going to make sure that they don't. He's just looking at her with a straight face, just determination, but still concern.
She looks over at him and wipes a tear from her eyes. I know. I wish that we could have done a bit more for Cooksvane during that time that they were in struggles, but unfortunately these things are the hands full. We're going to make sure that I'm going to make sure that they get as much help as possible. We're going to be going through and spreading our forces out on all areas that could be possible for the attacks, and bolstering the defenses on both Hawthorne, Goodell, and the cities and towns that are surrounding us. It'll take us a couple of weeks or so, but at some point we'll be able to go and help fight whatever the problem that they're facing, and the problem that we are currently facing.
He looks at her. Of course. Don't think I won't help you.
Of course.
But that being said, this can help. This I hate to say it, but this might be, this from what's just happened. We might be able to benefit from this. We might be able to grab allies, knowing that Goodell has fought back 2 supernatural invasions. That shows our strength.
Would improve the morale of the people and those surrounding us.
Steen and Steen, when you and I take Goodell's throne, I'm going to be going back to Alamari soon enough. I'm going to be gathering allies from Alamari, from possibly Druinia, the other Dragonborn kingdoms, possibly the Dwarven kingdoms. We'll have a strong alliance. We'll be able to rebuild. I'm sure of it. Hello? Did I go mute? Did I lose?
Hold on, no, hold on.
Oh. Okay. I probably had to go do something. I'm all alone. I'm all alone. I know, I know.
Alright, well, I guess the best that we can do is try our best. Try to make the most of what we got. Though, the cleanup will take us a couple of weeks or so before we can actually get anything on schedule.
I'm still waiting to hear back from Garrick. Until that happens, I'm gonna be assisting with the cleanup.
Right. So with that, she walks away and she goes down there to start cleaning up. During the first week that you have there, because you have approximately between 2 or 3 weeks before anything happens. Because of your traveling time from where you were at to there. What do you want to do during the first week?
He's gonna be helping the townsfolk themselves with the cleanup. He's gonna be showing that he's out there helping them, even with their day-to-day stuff, cleaning up the streets, any destruction, things like that.
All right, considering that stuff can be done within a couple of days, is there anything else you want to do during that week?
There is one thing that he is going to do, which is he is going to gather when they get the chance. He's going to gather the generals all together. He's going to grab the royal family as well. He wants to speak to all of them.
All right. So roll a persuasion check with advantage. Persuasion check.
Persuasion advantage. 32.
Right, so yeah, the people are really they're really grateful and admire you for helping them out. You've increased relations with the people of Goodell.
That was his goal.
Yeah. During the eventually on the fourth day of the week, you go and bring everybody into. Well, the good question being is, where do you want them to meet at? Because you have the throne room, the war room, any of the rooms inside there, barracks, courtyard.
He wants to do this in the war room. He wants to bring him to the war room.
All right, so you guys go to the second floor.
They would
For
he would call them all there. He would be there before anyone else.
Okay. So yeah, you would be up there at the war rooms. It's on the second floor. They're facing the courtyard. Real quick, I hate doing this. I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom. So we're gonna take a quick minute break before we continue.
Actually, it gives me a sec to go grab some food.
Okay.
Pretty much. Maybe she's thinking more. She was meant to say that it's kind of like bad that we're getting attacked by all these supernatural beings. It's not like, oh, it happened and
like
then they got
Hogwarts.
attacked again.
I'm back. Yeah, literally every year something tries to kill those kids.
Cerberus.
Well, it wasn't their students. It was students of another place, but still. Oh right, Cedric. I was thinking of No, the other lady didn't get killed. Or no, there was a female. There was the French girl, and then there was that one beefy beef man dude that got killed. The crust. Seriously, why hasn't that school closed then? Or like, moved locations?
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Mute
you
myself
call
again.
so you are inside the war room and you call everybody else back up there. Or you call everybody up there, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so Esteen, Morden, they arrive up there. Does Helena go up there as well? Or do you call for Helena, or do you just call for the children?
He'd call for everyone. He'd call for
Okay,
both the generals and the royal family.
So Helena would show up, and then you would see Captain Irene walk into the room, Sacher walk into the room, and then you see a human wearing Gadelian armor by the name of Feroja.
I would probably know them because we've probably recruited them during the 5-year time skip.
And you would see a 4'3" where is it? 4'3" dwarf by the name of Ukhun, who walks in there as well. That is a guy. And you would see the Gadelian current wizard, or general wizard, by the name of Interog. We put those names into. I know for spelling purposes. Ook. Yep. One and. They all walk into the room and they sit down and they wait for you to speak.
He's been standing there staring at the war table, waiting for everyone to get there. When they finally sit down, he says, "I did not have much time to explain myself before this invasion. I do now, and I want you to understand the decision I'm going to make afterwards." He opens his eyes and he starts looking across. Or his eyes start moving across the table, looking at everyone.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna go and switch music. Where is? This one. Okay, that works.
He's standing there. He says that he was going to explain himself. He says, "Yes, I was the former captain of a pirate crew. We took many jobs, if you would like to call them that. I killed many people who were not deserving of it. And yes, I even took jobs from I even took a job from Lucius Cornelius of Alestria." And he stops. "The one that Lucius tasked me to kill," and he looks at Satra in particular, was the man that took in and adopted Garrick."
She looks down. She is very conflicted right now on whether or not she wants to punch you in the face or just sit there and kind of just grieve. But she remains silent.
When he sees that, his face gets this more somber look, but still a serious one, and his hands his hands are behind his back, but they're shaking a little bit. "I was betrayed about 20 years ago, and I left that life. I wish I could leave that life behind me. I've tried to. Many of you know that I'm 156. I've lived a lot longer than most, if not all of you. Being said, it's time I tell you the whole truth." He goes to the end of the ward table and he puts his hands on it, he leans forward. "I fled my home in the East when I was 13 years old." He looks down. A scared child. Cursed by his own family. Robbed of his ability to speak by his own damn father. You want to know what I did for the next 70 years? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I lived alone, isolated from people altogether, for fear that I might have gone through the same exact thing. One day I was found by the man that I brought here to Goodell. He took me in, he trained me, and I became one of the members of his pirate crew. He's still got a somber face now. Over the course of a few decades, yes, I took jobs wanting to
find something that I could call some normal life, with some companionship, friendship, anything. His breath is getting heavy now. But even then, that was taken from me. I was betrayed by those I trusted, left to die in the middle of the ocean. And I finally washed on the shores of Cidria, living out another life of solitude. And then I met Garrick and Marx, Korvac, Resmira. And then he turns to Satra and Estine. He says, and Satra and Estine, Morden, all of you. And I swore to myself that I would never be that same person. I wanted to move on, become a better person. Become something more than just a man who would take jobs from a ruthless king to kill people who didn't deserve it. That's what I've been trying to do all this time. Regardless of what you think of me. Look, I want you to look back on the 5 years that you all have known me. And think about who you see me as. I want you to understand that I became a pirate because for the longest time I had nothing and I wanted something. Before you think of what you see me as, I want you to consider that. Put that in your head. And he sits back in the chair at the end of the war table, waiting to hear their responses.
Peroja speaks up with she stands up. She's pretty tall. She's 5'7". She looks over at you. I don't know you all that well, but based on what I've seen, you aren't that type of person anymore. You're someone who is courageous, and one that I could go and stand behind throughout many battles. She sits down. Okun stands up, and he kind of just glares at you. You're pretty alright to me. Everybody has their bad sides here and there. Nothing to go and kill someone over for. Besides, still have to go and get that drink. And he sits back down, kind of just scratching his beard.
He's still looking down. He's not looking at anyone in particular.
Enerog stands up. I must say, this whole thing is quite a surprise to me. But I think with time, I think I can overlook this. And he sits back down. Satra, she stands up.
And now he actually looks at Satra. He looks at Satra in particular.
She stands there, silent for a few minutes, and she finally begins to speak. I'm not sure what I think as of right now. I do know that you care a lot about Goodell. That much, I put my trust in you and faith in you for that. However, knowing what I know now, I will need some time to adjust to this new information. And if you'd be so willing to give me time to return to you on a later date on how I feel about the whole thing, then I would be very grateful.
He silently nods.
She sits back down respectfully. Morden, he stands up. He doesn't stand up. He looks over at you, and he lets out a sigh. You know, I'm a bit surprised, Elrin. I would never have guessed that you have gone through something like that. But I do know, after many escapades that I've heard my brother gone through, and some of the other things that I've heard throughout my travels, I can't exactly fault you for that, Uncle. That was years ago, and you've corrected many of those you have gone through and done a lot of good within that time. And I'm sure if Garrick was here now, he probably would have forgiven you. No one could have known that you were doing that type of job for him and doing that to that person. This world's a big place, and we're only but a small percentage of it. I'm not mad at you. I only hope that you continue doing good for this kingdom. And he sits back down.
He silently nods again.
Helena stands up.
He is glaring at Helena.
And she looks at you, and she kind of has a somber look on her face. I have to say that I am a bit surprised, but I'm not going to judge you on this one. Nor do I think that you should be punished in any sort of way. As it's been seen with me, as it has been seen with many people in this world, everybody does their fair share of bad. Like my son here said, everybody has a chance of doing good. And you have done so much for this kingdom that I'm glad to be able to call you my son-in-law. And I only hope that you continue doing good for this kingdom in the future and continue to help out its citizens. I am proud that you're able to stand up and say this without having to be back into a corner. Thank you, Elrin. And she stands down. She sits back down. And Estine,
With a Elrin's now looking at her with a more somber look on his face.
she stands up and looks at you. I'm undecided on how I should feel. Everything that's happened, it's pretty close to home. It is home. I am a little mad. You hadn't told me this before, but at the same time, or at least the full extent of it, at the same time, I don't fault you for not wanting to tell me. And furthermore, I am happy that you have told me. But like Satra, this is something that I will need to take a little bit of time to process. Regardless, I am happy to have met you and everything you have done to me, to my family, hell, to this world. Thank you.
He just silently nods one more time.
And now they're all looking at you, waiting for you to say the next piece.
He stands up. You're not going to like what I'm about to say. I wanted to get everything like that out there before I told you this too. The man that is here. Currently, I have him in Goodell's prison. I'm going to keep it that way until I can come back from Valdaris with the incident regarding the Shadowfell and my betrayer has been dealt with. But that being said, he was there with me and Garrick at Fort. Fuck, what's the name again? I keep remembering.
Nargetti.
He was with me at Fort Nargetti, along with Garrick. He helped quell the invasion at the fort from the Shadowfell. He even died in doing so. He sacrificed his life to help, and he even revived the one knight that lost his life in the battle. Because of that, that man now gets to go home and be with his family in Kirksvane. He even came and gave me, and he pulls out one of Maria's journals. He gave me the journals.
No, he gave you all the journals.
I know, but he pulls out just one. He pulls out just one.
He
He pulls out one of them. He pulls out one of them. But he does know that Zach gave him all 5.
Okay.
He gave me the journals of the one that betrayed me. I will be deciphering these soon. Because of that, he now has a massive target on his back. He went out of his way to do that, even after everything he did to me so long ago. I think that something like that warrants a second chance. Until he will be held up in the prison for now, but his life will be spared. And he puts the book, and he puts his book back, and he stands there.
Is he waiting? I'm assuming he's waiting.
He's waiting to hear responses. He's waiting for their responses.
Enerog stands up, and Enerog stands up, and he looks at you. I must say, from the sounds of this is quite the kerfuffle we're in. I say this man should be hanged. I mean, saving one life and killing many more, that simply doesn't atone for his actions. The dwarf stands up. I think I'm with this laddie. No offense, King. Oh, no offense, Prince. This man should be hung for his actions. Everyone else just kind of stays silent. The rest of them looks a bit conflicted, but Morden, Helena, and Estine, they look a bit indifferent to the to what they said.
Ellerin sighs. Regardless of what he's done, I think anyone who's willing to atone for their past mistakes deserves a second chance. You gave me the chance to better myself when I first came to this land.
Now I request that you respect my decision and give him one as well.
Morton stands up along with the scene.
Can I roll a persuasion check or something to help?
Yeah. Well, they're about to help you with that, so roll it with advantage.
24.
24?
So how do they help just to keep the roleplay going?
They both look at them and they say, well, Morton speaks up. Even after the battle with Talric, and I went over there to go and visit the other kingdoms. Sure, I was a bit distant and untrusting of Thomas, but I gave him my full respect. And I have seen what he has done. Not a single person in this world doesn't deserve a second chance. Wait, hold on. Did I word that correctly?
Yeah, you said that fine.
Okay.
You said that fine.
Making sure. I believe that he should get the same chance as well. Esteem pipes up, and I am in agreement with Morton and Elrin. Certainly he is a pirate, but we do have laws within here that, if they're really willing to help, they should be allowed to show that they're willing to help. I, for one, think that under that same law, that this person should be given a chance to help and prove themselves worthy. Whether it be them doing basic community service, helping, albeit under very close supervision, down at some of the events for some of the homeless people here, or even going and helping out the military. Any sort of help that anyone is willing to aid us should be most welcomed here. That is one of the Gedelian codes throughout all of history, and each and every one of you should be aware of that. You should know that. And hearing that you guys are wanting to go and hang him outright, I'm a little disappointed. She stands back down. Elrin, make that 24 a fucking nat 20.
That's a 35, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Be quiet. Yeah, they quickly sit back down, and they kind of just look taken aback by this. So does the rest of the people there, and they all seem genuinely on board with this. Aside from the other two, they're still a bit, I'm not sure about this, but we'll trust your judgment anyhow.
Yes. Elrin does a soft smile before standing.
And the decision is settled. You all know your standard duties. Get back to them. This meeting's dismissed.
Okay. And that wraps that up for that day. The following day, which would be a Friday, what does Elrin decide to do that day?
He's mainly going, so this will be the last day of the first week. He's not really gonna do much. Yes, it is. but he just does like small things, just a standard work. But one of the primary things he does is he goes to the prison where Zach is being held.
All right. Second, we're gonna go and put.
Alex goes, and dismissing the meeting before the queen is a power move.
Fucking Chad.
Got some Chad energy there. Anyways.
Right. So you go down into the dungeon and you see Zach there, chained up to his bed. His eyes close, and he's kind of like meditating there for during this time.
He stands there, just waiting. He's just waiting, and he goes, kind of clearing his throat to let Zach know that he's there. Basically, a get up.
He gets up, and he walks over to you. His head's sort of down low to you. He's really sad. Like, he is espresso depresso in here. Like, he feels guilty, sadness, a whole string of emotions all at once, but not a hint of malice or anger.
Yeah, Ellerin is very quick. He goes, "Your life's been spared. You'll be doing supervised community service, but your life will be spared. For now,
He's not. Oh, okay, go ahead.
for now, you'll be staying here. You're going to be one of Cadell's citizens. Watched over, yes, but you won't be executed."
He signs back to you. I'm a bit surprised that they allowed that. Honestly, I should be hung for the actions that I have caused. No doubt that if I'm not hung, then Maria will hang me herself, or worse.
I will take care of Maria. But for now, there's one thing I want to know from you, because he did not tell Ellerin this. Where is she? Oh, perfect timing music, too.
He goes and he looks at you. She's over the eastern continent, a small coastal city on the southern side of the entire continent, holed up in what I assume to be a active volcano. There is quite a large army gathered there. One that is about ranging around 300 members and counting. But there's something else. She's developed a weapon. A weapon that is fueled solely by magic. She claims it to be El Krakene.
Oh, God.
It is a replication of a dragon turtle.
Jesus. His eyes go wide, a little bit wider when he hears that. I see.
I don't know what she plans to do with that, but I can only assume the worst. She plans on moving out the next couple of months. About 3 or 4. She plans on revealing her hand to everybody. A hand that I have yet to see. I can only assume what it is.
I know what it is. And I'm not going to let that happen. And with that, he walks out.
Before he does, he says back to you one last thing. I thank you for what you have done. And if I ever get a chance to do so, from what I have seen of this kingdom, I like the people here. I would understand if none of them wants me here, but I would be more than happy to help them out in any way, shape, or form.
Sorry about that. And he looks at Zach, and he says, "I spared your life, and told them that you're willing to redeem yourself." As he walks away, he hears one last thing down the hall as Elrin's walking away. "Please don't disappoint me."
All right. You still have about another week to do stuff.
He's not really gonna do anything. He's more just gonna be prepping for going to Valdaris.
Okay.
Nothing major. He's probably still gonna be waiting to hear about what Esteen thinks, things like that. But other than that, nothing really. Because I know that we kind of need. Because I know it's gonna start to get late soon.
Yep.
But he's not really gonna be doing anything much. Still just a little bit of cleanup. But other than that, nothing.
The next couple of days, Esteen approaches you. Elrin,
He looks at her.
I've been doing some thinking, and I am not I'm not angry with you as much as I thought I would have been. I'm proud that you have been able to provide so much to me, to everyone else. You have been one of the most kindest people I've ever seen, and I can see that you really want to change, that you are changing. Which is why I don't feel any ill will towards you. That being said, I understand that you are getting closer, or that the time is getting closer to when you must depart once again. Having said that, there is one last thing I wish to do when you get back.
And what is that?
I wish to spar you before either of us are crowned. I would do this before you leave, but I'd rather spend the rest of the time with you and Evelyn and helping the people out. Would you be up to possibly having a spar and maybe getting your ass handed to when you get back?
He just does a low chuckle.
Sure thing.
All right, Elrin. On the 3 days before you are to on Wednesday, on Tuesday of that week, you receive a message from Garrick saying that, when you bring it up, you receive a message saying
Underneath the mountains.
Would he have specified what direction from the mountains it is?
it would what do you it's reminder, it's like a little bit northwestern, western.
Northwest. A manor northwest. Yeah, you hear a message back.
Understood. I will be there in 3 days' time.
Okay.
See you soon.
Elrin, 2 days before you leave, as you're sleeping, you you would know that Astine has gotten along quite well with Alistair. Forgot to mention that. You hear where do you keep Alistair, by the way? Where does he stay while you're at the castle?
I assume that Goodell has stables for the Griffins, so there's probably one of the empty stables.
Okay. As you're sleeping that night, you hear I guess it's more transient. Either way, that night you hear scratching on the windowsill of your room. The best way I can describe this, and I am so sorry for everybody here, it sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
He hears the window and he goes over to it, just quickly opens it.
And you see Alistair walk in, or kind of fly in, and he seems a little annoyed, and then just slowly rests on the ground. Kurru, kurru.
As he kind of strokes Alistair's neck. Tired.
You see Alistair begin to shake, and you see his eyes begin to glow a emerald green.
He kind of jumps back a little bit, just backs up.
And then you hear a noise escape from Alistair's beak. Finally, I have been able to break through.
What the fuck?
I suppose you are surprised by me.
A little bit. Not the weirdest thing I've seen, but not expecting this.
Forgive me. My name is Alexander. Pleasure to meet you.
Ellerin Goodell, pleasure to meet you.
Right.
Voice that is currently taking over my pet Capine.
It's gonna be happening more than once. So,
Right of that.
I am here on behalf of delivering you a message. From someone who's a good friend. Their name is Tyrius. They are wishing to speak with you.
Tyrius? That sounds like Tyrias, maybe? Wow, I was off. I was fucking off.
I assume you're here to take me to him.
No, he will be arriving here very shortly. Would you be, as soon as I give him my command, would you be, the command is more of a signal, I like to think of it a command, would you be willing to speak with Tyrius?
In the middle of the night, in my own home. Fuck it, why not?
He sarcastically said.
Well, then he'll be right here in a moment. And his voice cuts off, and Alistair's eyes kind of form into a green, emerald green, and sapphire blue, and the colors kind of swirl together into a perfect circle, kind of like yin and yang.
Okay.
You hear this voice. Let me bring. Hello there, Ellerin Goodell.
Tyrius, I presume.
I have been watching you for quite some time, and I have been waiting for the right moment to speak with you.
A time would have sufficed, but all right.
You have shown great strength and great connections to this world. Fact, in some cases, if I had known you earlier, I would have asked you to be one of my many knights.
He just raised the brow, not saying anything, but
You already know of me, Elrin Goodell. Fact, you have already met one of my subordinates. Does the name Robert speak any names or volumes to you?
does.
Then you could probably take a guess as to who I am.
No way. Are you the dragon god of time?
Past, present, future, you would be correct. Some would think I should be communicating with dragonborns, but you have been shown quite a particular interesting gift, as does your friend Rasmira.
What gift would that be?
Courage, not many ties, in some case, a clean slate. You could think that your friend Garrick would be a nice choice, but he has ties to Alestria, and someone I'm not particularly fond of. Korvac has his dealings with some of the other gods. But you and Rasmira both don't have that many connections, at least in your past. As for Rasmira, I won't speak much about her. That will come to a time in the future.
Why are
However,
you here?
getting to that as you are a quick one. One of your many faults. I need to show you something important. I am asking you if you'd be willing to come along for the journey.
He sighs. Very well. As I assume he climbs on Alistair's back as Tyrius. As what does Tyrius
No,
do?
he just holds.
Oh,
He looks up at you. You don't need to get on the back. You just need to hold out his wing. Or you just need to hold his ring.
Elren just hops off and grabs his wing.
As you do this, you feel a surge of energy coming to you, and the eyes begin to glow brighter. With that, we're going to cut to the other party members. Guys, the following day, you hear a loud knock on your guy. Well, you guys hear a large commotion coming out. And you hear the Shadowkai leader coming down. Everyone, prepare yourselves. Mr. White-haired man, need you to get up right now, along with your group. No, but you have relations to Cassandra. That's the thing. By choice, but ties still exist.
Not by choice!
Unfortunately, because you still have those ties, even if it wasn't by choice. Exactly, hence why. Hence why he won't choose you, because even if it's not by choice.
Oh,
Anywho,
Damn.
Sorry that took a little bit longer than expected.
no, it's good.
Not by choice.
I
All right. Well, this is back to you guys. So give me a minute. I'll be back.
be gone.
she comes and there barges into your residence. Everyone, we have 2 pings of locations that have just appeared from our scouts. Me and the group are gonna be going over and dividing ourselves up to make a strike against the manor, or at least try. The Raven Queen, the Raven King has both appeared. We don't know the full location of either of the 2, but we know one of them is over at the mountainside by the ravine, and he has a group of people.
All right. Just to let you know, on the day, well, on the night before, I would have used my hero's feast.
No, this was the following. Did you? Okay, so you did do. Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, we are going to try and focus our strike over on the manor. I mean, unless if you
Okay,
guys have any
so-
objections here. But
So everyone's hit point maximum goes up by 11 for 24 hours.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay. Cool, smart, dangerous.
no, she did say that the Raven King was spotted over at the mountains. It's just that the location of the Raven Queen is unknown.
Oh my god, why is roll 20 so fucky right now?
Yeah, it is. It does.
Oh boy. Okay. I have to change that for something else.
Nope. I mean, they have reported that the Raven King has appeared over at the ravine, and the Raven Queen has yet to be spotted, but they're hoping that she's over at the manor.
So, do we let them deal with the Raven Queen, or? I mean, because the thing is, the manor, we have some protective measures against the loopy gas.
Uh,
True.
Well, he said he'll be there in 3 days time, so he's
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't know, dude. I mean, either way, the chances are slim. So,
Yeah, that's what she's suggesting. That's what they're suggesting for the course of action.
No, I ended up preparing heal instead.
Oof.
Okay. Won't be needing that. Let's do that one.
unsure. Unsure.
Sorry, I am currently going through my magic right now because. We. Well, I will go with whatever you guys decide. I'm gonna go and grab a cup of tea again.
D. Give me the situation again.
Excuse me.
Okay, so the Shadowkai scouts have reported that the Raven King has appeared at the ravine, and he has a group of people. Not anybody from the Shadowfell, but looks to be innocents. However, the manor has also appeared, but the Raven Queen has yet to be located. As of right now, she is MIA.
$10 if she's gonna be at the manor. And the Shadowcar are gonna target the manor.
That's what they're suggesting to do. Mainly considering, well, their thought process behind that is mainly because they have, large numbers.
Yeah, and they're more than capable. Shadowkai, even at our level, where we are pretty strong as is, two or three Shadowkai can kick our asses. So, like a whole squadron of them, not even that. It's just at least a dozen of them. I think they could wreck house. I I believe that the Shadowkai can take care of the manor themselves. They're more than capable of taking and assessing situations themselves. As for no, as for the Raven King, he has a lot of apparently, as of what the report is saying, he has hostages. This could be a trap. Well, duh.
I mean, anything
This-
dealing with either a Raven Queen or Raven King in this scenario is probably going to be a trap.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Ta-da, we're dead.
let me grab this up. As you guys arrive at the Raven... Actually, no, there is no music for this. You guys feel wind blowing harder this time around. And you guys feel magic surging everywhere. At this ravine, you see the Raven Queen and the Raven King standing by the pit. Living bodies falling into there. And they're just watching it. How do you guys approach this?
Better use setting. Tell them that the Raven Queen is here instead of. I do have detect magic.
Do I have it
Who is
prepared?
casting?
I will cast it.
I don't have it prepared, so go ahead.
I always have that prepared.
You sense a surge of necrotic magical energy throughout, not just through them, but inside the ravine itself. Second.
Oh my god.
Give me a second. Alex, I have a question. So in one singular turn, how much time lasts in D&D?
I believe it's 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
The 10 rounds is a minute.
Okay. So, you guys... No, something's gonna happen soon. Y'all are gonna need to figure out a plan on how you're gonna approach this. So I'm hearing waiting and seeing.
Oh my god. You're between a rock and a hard place. Well, what are we supposed to do then? Ugh. Huh? Okay. I don't really have anything that I could use.
What spell are we looking for in particular?
New, because that would be... I can't show you guys that one just yet. I can't go and put that into GM later. Well, no. Here's the thing: is I can't do that just yet. There is a reason why I can't do that.
Okay.
Actually, wait a minute. Do I still have that? Suppose I could post it actually in. Actually, give me a second. Let me boot up Discord. I believe it's on this this computer. Excuse me, that is on. That I can actually post the image that I can provide for you guys. It's just that, unfortunately, I don't have it in Roll20 because space is very limited.
And who has hold person?
I do
Give me
believe I
one
have
second.
access to Minerva's spell list, so I can. Yeah, let me check that.
I do
I
not
forgot
have
which
one
file
person
it was.
prepared.
Excuse me. He does not have hold person.
She
She
does
has
not have
detect.
hold person.
She has detect thoughts, shatter, and suggestion. Those are her second level spells.
Oh. They've already put a lot of people in there. There's only a small handful left. You guys better act quickly on this one.
Um,
I do.
oh,
Okay. Go ahead. Let's see. What is there?
okay.
Okay.
I'm aware, and I'm not sure if it is a good idea because Miss Bitchface and Mitch Bigface McGee is right there. I mean, I could cast daylight to see if that works, but I don't know if they have. Okay, so you still want me to grab the peeps? Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. So I guess I'll be doing that.
Do they have to roll any saves?
No, I could just cast daylight on a whim. It's just shrouded in light. There's nothing about it. It's a 60-foot radius of bright light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your stealth check, because they're now agitated at the fact that there's sunlight there.
24.
All right.
So I'm just taking some peeps and guiding them away.
Okay.
If they're
So-
doing a perception check, it would be at literal disadvantage because of daylight. But
Okay, so as you go there and steal away you manage to get through and get some of the people back. However, as you're going over there, the Raven King's distracted. The Raven Queen sees you, but does nothing but just look at you.
she's just staring at me.
Yep,
She's
with
just
a wicked grin on her face.
fuck.
But she does nothing. She does nothing. She just stands there watching you. She finally speaks. Oh, it seems as though there's visitors. Go ahead. Take these beings out of here. We've got all that we needed. And if there's anybody else here, they can come join the party as well. Not sacrificing, though.
Momoku's also wearing plates, so he's.
I'm already in here. I don't think you should risk anything since I'm already found. She kind of just tilts her head in confusion.
That's fine. She goes and moves the Raven King out of the way, out of the sunlight. There's no need to worry about the sunlight now. Thank you, I fucking hated that sunlight. Oh, great. You're here. Well, it's quite welcoming, I must say. But I'm not here to kill you. No. That would be very wrong to me and be very wrong of our customers. I can't be a bad host now, can I? No. We're here to do a show. Would you like to stay for the show?
I'd rather
Oh, no.
not.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, now, I suppose then there's no use. I guess we won't. I guess we'll get to bring about a cosmosis or cosmos with no issue then. And he takes a sort of pole, kind of like a ruby staff, a staff with a ruby on it, and he plants it in the ground. Unfortunately, wait, what level? It's not a spell.
I have to spell magic, but I'm right here, so huh?
Does Razmir. With this, a dark